This post right here speaks to why women need to stop pouring so much into men. Just let's listen to this. She says, am I the a-hole for telling my fiance I will not sign a prenup? My fiance and I have been together for almost 6 years and engaged for a little over 1. We have our wedding planned for 2 months from now. Out of nowhere last week, he brought up wanting a prenup. He said it is to protect his business in case things go wrong in the future. He owns a small but successful company that he has been growing since before we met. I do believe that it is fine to protect your assets, but this is the reason why I say, this next paragraph is why I say women should not be pouring into somebody else's business that you have no return coming from. Let's look at this part. When we started dating, he was still working long hours for very little income. Listen to this part. I have always been there through the late nights, the stressful launches, and even the times he considered giving up. I helped him manage the house, took on more of the bills when he needed extra cash flow, and supported him emotionally through everything. I do not have as much money or assets as he does now, but I have invested years of my life into building a future together. She did all of this. She was there foundationally pouring into this man, and now he thinks that he built this up by himself and he needs to protect his assets. This is the thanks that this woman is getting. He was able to do all of this because she gave her time, energy, and resources to him for him to now say, I need to protect myself from you. So just yesterday, I was talking about the marriage bonus, where men get more out of marriage and they're able to go higher in their career because of women. And one of the things that I wrote down on my notes, talking about the support system at home, the wife appliance. I said wife appliance, but even the girlfriend appliance, she does the majority of the chores or the parenting. So men can focus on working. They can work that overtime. They can do the networking, and they can get these other opportunities because the woman at home is at home holding down the fort and doing the other things. And in this case, she was paying bills so that he could keep his money and invest his money in his business. He's making investments and she's investing in him, and now he's acting like she didn't do all of this. All of this alone, she needs to pull out because she's never going to get a return on investment out of this relationship. I know that I went on a complete tangent. Let's get back to the story. So when he suddenly told me about the prenup, it felt like a slap in the face. I told him I was not comfortable signing something that makes it seem like he is already planning for our marriage to fail before it has even started. He said he's just being smart and protecting himself, and then added that if I refuse to sign, the wedding will be called off. I feel blindsided and hurt. This was never mentioned before we got engaged or during the time we were planning the wedding. My friends are split. Some say I should sign it if I truly love him and want to prove that I'm not after his money. Others say the timing and ultimatum are a huge red flag and that he is showing me he does not really trust me. I keep going back and forth on whether I'm overreacting or if this is a sign we should not get married at all. Now, I do understand. I know and understand that some of these Reddits can be fake. I get that. But women do this. Pouring into a person that is building a business that you have no claim to is absolutely foolish. It is a waste of your time, energy, and resources. And if you pour into them while they are climbing the ranks, in law school, medical school, before they get to that pinnacle of becoming a lawyer or becoming a doctor, they will leave you. They will leave you so that they can act like they did all of this with grit and hustle and grind, like you weren't there pouring into them. And so this is the reason why I'm doing this, so that we can remind ourselves, we can remind our teenage daughters, we can remind our daughters that are just going off to college not to pour into these dudes, because you might think that you're building together, but he's thinking about how he did all of this all alone because our labor is unappreciated and, technically invisible to them. They don't see all of the things that go on at the foundation. Therefore, they don't give a damn. So don't do this. Stop doing this. That is the cautionary tale of the day. Don't pour into these people. All right, let's look at a couple of the comments. Candid Warthog says, not the a-hole, if that's how you feel, but you could build clauses into the prenup that acknowledges your work and support. And here's the OP saying, yeah, but like, why should I have to earn protection for something I already gave for free all these years? Feels weird to negotiate my worth when I was ride or die before the money even showed up. This is where she went wrong. I was the ride or die. She was doing all of this, like she said, for free. She gave all of this for free. She did it. And now he is basically smacking her in the face with it and acting like she didn't do anything. For this reason alone, they need to break up. EOH says, just for comparison, OP, when my husband and I first got together, I was barely getting by. He worked his butt off and probably made triple my income. Like you, he had my back every step of the way. He pushed for me to follow my dreams and to do what I loved. He paid bills I couldn't manage, covered my part of the rent when I came up short, and never once held it against me or lorded it over me. But you sound like a woman, so it's a little bit different than when you build up a man. Let's finish her story though. I landed myself a pretty great job a few years back, and now we've switched roles. I earn 3 times his salary and am the primary earner in our household. His asshat brother said something about it before, that if we break up, it would leave my husband broke because he assumed I made him sign a prenup. The way I see it, I'd never found the success I have now if it wasn't for the support, financial and emotional, of my husband. Every penny I earn is as much his as it is mine. Marriage and building a household together is a team effort, and it needs to be treated as such. In my home, there is no such thing as mine and his. It's ours, all of it. That's because this is a woman, and this woman is a team player. And even the OP in this situation was a team player. But she connected with somebody that is not a team player. She connected with somebody that needed to be the star and the only one that got accolades. And now he's gotten that. He's gotten to where he is comfortable and where he wants to be. And I think he's doing this to force a breakup. That way, everything that he has right now, he can act like he did by himself. I'm going to leave that there. This woman is not the a-hole, but this woman is a cautionary tale for all of the other women out there, the teens and the 20s. Please listen to these types of things. Know and understand that you could be that stepping stone. You could be the resource that they are tapping into to make it big and then discard you, because you are a resource and they are colonizers and they just want to use you. They want to attach to you, suck you dry, and then after they got their use out of you, discard you and get rid of you, and then get that woman of their dreams that they don't have to use. Let this be a lesson. Share this with others and like, comment, and share. This title is something else, and yes, I've been tagged a few times. I've had this post sent to me, so let's go ahead and do this. Am I the a-hole for wanting to end a 6-year relationship because I'm sick of smelling my fiance? I'm sick of smelling my fiance. So many of these people don't want to clean. They don't want to clean themselves, yet women are supposed to get married. Okay, let's look at this one. She's 35. He's 47. She's 35. He's 47. And she is complaining about her smelly fiance. Okay. I have been with my fiance for 6 years, and for most of that time, I've been dealing with a constant barrage of bodily functions. I get that everyone farts and poops, and in a long-term relationship, you get more comfortable with each other, but this is beyond that. He will deliberately get up while we're relaxing in bed and let out the loudest, stinkiest fart while heading out of our bedroom to the bathroom to poop. I've told him repeatedly that it grosses me out and to at least hold it in until he's out of the bedroom door. He ignores this and keeps doing it. So he is rude. He's rude and doesn't listen. She's communicated. For the people that act like women just don't say anything and men are not mind readers, she's communicated that this irritates her. Y'all, he's doing it in public too. She says in public, he will fart in grocery store aisles when there are other people around and then walk away, leaving me leaving me standing in the stink cloud, looking like I was the one who did it. He thinks this is funny. I think it's humiliating. We live in a house with one bathroom upstairs. He poops with the door open and the smell drifts all the way down to the main living area. It's constant. I'm tired of smelling this man all the time. It's disgusting. And honestly, it's killed my sexual attraction to him. I'm ready to no, you don't have to divorce. He's just a fiance. Leave this dude. I've told him so many times that it bothers me, but he either laughs it off or says, it's natural, get over it. But it's not about nature, it's about respect. I don't know how I'm supposed to want to be intimate with someone when I'm constantly grossed out by them. I'm at the point where I'm thinking of ending the relationship because I feel unheard, disrespected, and honestly repulsed. My friends are split. Some say I'm overreacting and everyone farts. Others says he's being gross and childish. So, am I the a-hole for wanting to break up over this? You're absolutely not the a-hole. The title and this part down here is enough. The part where she says, I feel unheard, disrespected, and honestly repulsed. That is enough right there, even without knowing the details of the relationship. If you're at the point where you're communicating something and your partner is not hearing you, you do not want to be in a relationship with that person, whatever the situation may be. You do not want to be in a relationship where you're daily getting disrespected. The home that you decide to create for yourself should be one of respite from the actual burdens of the world, the obstacles that go on outside. You should not be avoiding stink clouds and pigpen simply because he won't go to the bathroom like someone with some manners. Where the heck are his parents? Is this how he was raised? And he's doing this in public and making it a joke and just further is this a humiliation ritual? Why do some of these men believe that relationships are supposed to be humiliation rituals? He needs to be lonelier. Yes, you're repulsed, so back away from him, grab your stuff, and get out of there. All right, let's look at some of these comments. Creative Ass is not the a-hole. How did you put up with this for so long? He's acting like a child. He also resents you for calling him out. That's why he doubles down. He's absolutely gross. Kevin is wondering, 6 years, and put that in all caps. Kanai says, seriously, there's no way I could tolerate this. Andrew says, I'm a guy and think this is absolutely disgusting. This person at the bottom says, agreed. I'm also a guy. This is disgusting. Andrew also says, if I'm hanging out amongst men, I'll leave the room to fart if I can't hold it in because it's rude AF. Lau says, totally, it's just common courtesy. Yeah, it's natural, but doing it in people's space on purpose is just plain disrespectful. Right, it's like sometimes things happen. Sometimes you can't help it. It happens. You're a person. But when you're doing this because you think that it's funny and a joke, it's just rude and inconsiderate. And why do you want to be around somebody like that? Make these people make these people lonelier. This person wrapped in linen at the bottom says, is worse than that. It's a form of assault if done intentionally, and people have been charged with it. I don't know how much I've seen with charging people for farting on purpose, but it should be. It should be against the law. Can you imagine being put in your cell and your cellmate got charged with indecent flatulence or something like that? And now you're a criminal and you have to smell this stinky person that's your cellmate? That's just what just came to my mind. Indecent flatulence. Somebody call your congressperson, call some lawmaker. Let's get that on the book federally. Oh, listen to this comment. I am agnostic says, there's a loneliness epidemic and men are literally schmurdering randos in the street because they can't get a date. But Fart Monster is about to get married. Sheesh. Maybe give a few randos a chance before settling down forever and ever with the Fart Monster. I'm not saying you need to date tactless fools crying about not having girlfriends, but committing to El Monstero Toot Toot seems like settling when there are 3 billion dudes on earth, most of whom are not fart monsters. There was a lot in that. He's like, Fart Monster can get a date. Go ahead and date an incel instead. Some of these names, though, these are amazing. El Monstero Toot Toot. I like that. That's clever. And then Astro Glamour responds to I am agnostic, saying, I think the problem is that those angry men shooting people think they should be able to be a monster and still be worshipped by whatever woman they choose. As one can see by this post, women clearly already put up with a lot of and I am agnostic responds with, women put up with too much and more should be single. But a stranger at a bar would treat this woman better. And there are tons of single guys. So right now he's just doing a lot of projection and fan fiction. He's just writing out something because he's lonely. Some people put up with way too much just to not be alone. This person has options and most won't include spite farts, is all I'm saying. Obviously, she's already putting up with some rank BS. Might as well roll the die. So just try it with some random guy. This random guy deserves it. And I'm not saying that I am that random guy, but some random guy deserves her attention. I am the Green Heather says, I don't think it's always because women don't want to be single. A lot of women are taught since they were little girls that they need to stay with their man through everything and that it's not okay to give up. We're conditioned to think that we have to give it 100% at all times to be a good wife, even if it's at your own detriment. And at this particular juncture in life, we're telling women to just leave. It's not worth it. It's not worth. Do not stay with an El Monstero toot toot. We put that in there. This is going to have to be in the vocabulary. El Monstero, and then something following it. In this case, is toot toot, but sometimes it might be poop poop. We got to work on that though. Just let it. It's working. Join the conversation, y'all. Let me know what you think about this one. Like, comment, and share. I'm not in the purple pill debate subreddit because red pill is like red pill versus blue pill type of thing. And some people are purple pill because they're probably men that believe in the red pill. They just don't believe all aspects or whatever. Kind of like libertarians are really just MAGA light. Anyways, this is a man and he's doing the forced teaming. Listen to this title. Most of us are here because we're shallow. He's like saying we're all doing this forced teaming. I don't like it when people want to. He's shallow and he wants to make it all about us. Everybody right here, both men and women. Let's look at how he is forced teaming us into being shallow like he is. He says, both men and women, I think most people deep down are quite shallow and superficial, but we don't want to acknowledge it. How many times have you heard women say, just go to therapy, wear nice clothes, and shower? I don't know what type of men you're hanging out with, but the men in my social circle do all of that and above, have their own places, clever, well-adjusted, etc., but most of them are single. Why? Because they're shallow, and so am I. We all subconsciously care about status. We all want to be the rock star dating the hot girl or guy. So you see, he knows that he's shallow. So he wants to make everybody else as shallow as he is. This part right here, the girls I ghost now in my early 30s, I'd have been drooling over in my early 20s. But we as a society have all gotten a lot more better looking and vain. Look at high school photos of girls in 2025. And then go look at high school photos of girls in 2005. Girls nowadays know how to apply their makeup professionally, learned through a tutorial on YouTube Shorts. 15 years ago, you needed to pay a stylist $300 to contour your nose straight. Men and women have both gotten better looking, and we've all been brainwashed by social media. I honestly can't date a girl that doesn't go to the gym and isn't thin. I barely even watch porn. It's just what I've been conditioned to be into now. I've dated a model in the past and really attractive women. What am I supposed to date for? Personality? Lots of people have good personalities. Big whoop. I also think a lot of women are single for this reason too. I can't find a kind, nice guy. Get off it. There's more good men now than any other point in history. There's plenty of kind, nice men. You just don't find them attractive, and they don't have the high-flying social life you desire. This is the type of person that needs to be lonelier. He is an a-hole. He's talking about the girls that he's been with, the girls he ghosts. All of this is superficial. And the way he just talked about women is that they are discardable, they are to be used, they are pretty like a doll, but then you use them and you discard them. This is a reason why I will continue to say these people need to be lonelier. When they start talking, they show each day why women are walking away, because we are more than this. I had some man jump into my comment section last week telling me that men and women are basically saying the same thing about each other. Women don't talk like this about men in our private spaces. We talk all the time, and he's forced teaming. He's acting like men and women are both saying these things about each other. And he's right. Women are looking for some emotionally intelligent men who are able to be a partner and all of that stuff. And he's like, psh, all of those men are there. But also he's saying we're all good looking and shallow. He's talking out of both sides of his neck. This is not reality, but he's trying to make himself feel better about being a shallow a-hole. Here's a purple pill man saying, I already know I'm shallow. There's nothing I want more than to be desired by as many women as possible. I can only have sex if I'm in a relationship. I probably would never get married if I could have hookups. And if I ever have the opportunity to cheat, I would do it without hesitation. I share these things with you so you can know how these men talk. And this is a supposed purple pill man. This is a red pill dude. He's just saying he's purple pill. And this is where I got tagged in. She wanted me to see this person, Alpha, in his comment. Jazz Master Pill, who is a no pill man, says maybe men should stop using women for sex so they can bust a nut and boost their ego. Maybe men should stop telling their friends in dry spells to use women they don't really like as practice girlfriends to get their confidence back up. Especially for all the insistence from the manosphere that women and women alone have issues with accountability, stones and glass houses and all of that. And here's the OP saying, amen, brother, I agree. Not proud to be part of the hookup culture before, but I can see now why in many ways, not just this, is bad for society. It's hard not to participate though, because of FOMO and sheer horniness. And for those that don't know, FOMO stands for fear of missing out. Femme Fudge, her name is Sovereign Femme Fudge. She wanted me to see the OP's comment right there that I just read, that this is fear of missing out. And that's the reason why they have to participate. I get so tired of listening to these men talk, so I'm going to end it there. I'm only showing you this so you can continue to see what you are to them. You are a receptacle to help them experience an orgasm. And that's it for these red pill people. You are simply there as an entertainment vessel for them to experience an orgasm. Some of these men want a wife appliance. He just wants to get his rocks off. Understand where you are. Understand where you stand with these people so that you can take off the rose-colored glasses and have no illusions about where you stand. Join the conversation. Share this with people. Talk to your teenagers. Talk to the 20-somethings in your life. Talk to the baristas up the street. Talk to somebody. Talk to your cousins. Talk to your aunties so that she doesn't get gamed by these people. Let me know what you think. Like, comment, and share. Listen to this title. Fellow married men, how do you deal with attraction in other women? I follow these men subs so you can see what these people are talking about when they think that they're just talking to men. And yes, fellow married men, how do you deal with attraction in another woman? Please know and understand that yes, I did actually comment on this one on today, and I was wishing him the worst. Anyways, he says, so I'm married for 6 years and have no issues in our marriage, but I can't still help but find other women attractive. Because of that, it makes me want to talk or interact to them more, sometimes on a deeper level, not a fair level. Some women at work flirt with me, and some talk a lot or give off flirty gestures. Some compliment me, my hair, my physique, because I work out. Every woman is friendly to me, even strangers. And for some reason, the women that do this to me all happen to be attractive. Every time this happens, I get an ego boost and keep wanting more. Is avoidance the only solution? Otherwise, I'm not sure how I can deal with this. The lack of integrity and the need to have these ego boosts is just disgusting to me. He's talking about he wants to interact with them and talk to them, but not on an affair level. But how do they think that affairs start? They start by planting these seeds and, like getting to know them and all of that. And it can start out innocently. Oh, I like your shirt, Eric. Oh, that's a nice color on you, Brandon. All of that. But if you don't have integrity, he's talking about avoidance, but he needs integrity. And many of these people do not have integrity because it comes from within. And many of their insides is corrupted like Swiss cheese and Hennessy and hot wings. Like I said, their diet is typically. But if this man has a wife at home, so he probably has a better diet than just Hennessy and hot wings. But he is willing to give that up because he feels the need to have an ego boost. This is what I said. Society wants us women to get married and have kids and take care of the home. And married men can be some of the worst PR for marriage. I just keep showing women what men talk about so they can think long and hard about creating a life with people like you. You deserve to be lonely. And if you can't dig deep for some damn integrity, I wish the worst for you. I felt compelled to say that. We'll see if they say anything back to me. This is a man sub, and typically I just lurk and take screenshots, but I needed to let him know that I was wishing him the worst, and I hope he gets divorced and blindsided. Wolf 359 Loki says, you man up and control yourself, or don't put yourself in a situation where that can happen. You are in control of you. So no, I can't help it excuses, or no, I can't help make excuses. If you haven't learned how to control your impulses and emotions and you're married, you may have made a mistake. Like, go be single. If you want to go out and talk to all of the women and be community peen, divorce and be single. They won't do that though, because they get the benefits of being married and having someone at home doing your adulting stuff so that they can go out and be some Isabels and be some loose and lascivious person just doling out peen like it's some deck of cards. Leave these people alone. Make them lonelier. Normal Scottish person says, Jesus, mate, you need to just not do it. You're not a child. This person says emotional maturity and self-control. Not really sure what else there is to it. Beard Ninja Esquire says, how old are you? Take the ego boost, which is fine, but don't put yourself in bad situations. And then think about your wife. How amazing is she? How amazing she is and what she means to you. Hopefully, if you do that, you'll come to the conclusion that what you have is already amazing and not worth risking. So the men in the comment section are trying to bring him back down to earth and tell him not to mess things up, where I'm just kind of wishing him the worst. So the OP says he's 31, and he says, she is amazing and hot too. I think every time this happens, I will imagine her face. So he has a wife that hasn't done anything wrong. She's hot. She's probably in love. She probably thinks that she has a keeper on her hands. She got an attractive dude. He has a job and everything. But he's out here just trying to figure out how not to talk to attractive women. And then we have a troll. He says, I don't know, man. Statistically speaking, she's probably already cheated on you. So what's the problem getting a little gorilla grip for yourself once in a while, The other men are in the comments trying to bring him down to reality. Then you got this dude that wants this man to get divorced and blindsided, saying just go ahead and get you some random vajayjay. Just go ahead and do it. She's probably already cheated on you. But like Dear Specialist says, this feels more like a troll, and he is. This Flux is in the comment section just reiterating that he might as well go ahead and get some random vajayjay. Go ahead and just go for it. Anyways, y'all needed to see that. Y'all need to see how some of these people talk. And some of these dudes, like I said, they're in there trying to say, dude, chill out. Don't do this. Don't blow up your marriage for this. And so you do see some people that have some sense. Let me know what you think of this one. Join the conversation, like, comment, and share.
Let me tell you why you need to leave that nigga alone. You said you want to buy a house. That nigga is holding you back. You said you want to buy a car. That nigga is holding you back. You said you wish you had fucking money. cause a dick